Okay, I just started the recording and I would like you guys to ask me questions page by page, piece by piece. So let's go for it.
Number 23 লিখবো টেক্সট চ্যাটে
না আমার বললে হবে। পেজ নাম্বার 2 থেকে প্রবলেম বলো। 1 নাম্বার থেকে 12 নাম্বার। কত?
6
number 2
নাম্বার 2 তে আমাদের ডিটেক্টর আছে হচ্ছে factory uses radiative source and detector to monitor the thickness of plastic sheets. There has been a question which type of radiative source should be best used for plastic sheets. Should to be able to do this, you need to have a type of radiation that would have difference in reading as it penetrates to different thickness of plastic. Alpha particles would be completely absorbed. Gamma rays would be completely penetrating. The only rays that would have difference in penetration for a plastic sheet would be gamma radiation, and so that's why the gamma beta radiation. And also, because we are going to use this inside a device, not entering into a human being, this has to be preferably a specimen which is a pretty long half-life, so that we don't have to buy it every once in a while. So beta radiation, large half-life. This is the correct response. বুঝছো?
স্যার আপনি ডিফারেন্স নিয়ে একটা কথা বলেছিলেন যেটা কেটে এসেছে, আরেকবার বুঝাবেন ওই অংশটা প্লিজ।
We need to use a type of radiation that will give us different reading depending on the thickness of plastic sheet. Alpha radiation will get completely absorbed by a plastic sheet. Gamma radiation should be completely penetrating through the plastic sheet. So you cannot get different readings depending on the thickness of the plastic by using alpha or gamma. Alpha absorbs.
So beta is our only choice.
Yes, beta is our only choice. Yes.
Because it can penetrate and can give a varying reading for varying thicknesses, and we would want a larger half-life for longer, usage, so that we don't have to buy them over and over. Bujachi, sir. Thank you.
Precisely. Sixth, a radiative nucleus represented by 2x 285 to 227. It emits a beta particle and forms a different nuclei of element Y. Which of the following represents the new nucleus? Beta particle বের হলে কি হয়? Whenever a beta particle is emitted, your nucleon number remains the same. Proton number increases by 1. Nucleon number remains the same. For those who don't remember, let me show you the notes.
proton numberটা কিভাবে বাড়ে স্যার বুঝলাম না
Because one
sir
neutron
proton number বাড়ে কারণ নিউট্রনটা ব্রেক ডাউন
because one neutron breaks down into a proton and a beta particle.
Sir, basically when the neutron breaks down into electrons and protons, the electrons are radiated but protons remain there, so একটা proton number বেড়ে যায়, right?
Number 2 answer D ছিল না?
Yes.
এই দেখো এই হচ্ছে beta decay. This is the actual process that happens in beta decay. One neutron breaks down into a proton and it forms a beta particle. এখন এই যে কার্বন 14 এ দেখো কার্বন 14 যখন beta decay হচ্ছে তোমার নিউক্লিয়ন নাম্বার সেম থাকতেছে বিকজ একটা নিউট্রন কমে যাচ্ছে বাট একটা প্রোটন বাড়তেছে, সো দা সাম অফ নিউট্রন এন্ড প্রোটন নাম্বার রাখো এখানে, sum of neutron and proton number remains the same, but the proton number, exclusively the proton number, would be increased by 1 because one neutron converted into one proton. So the top number would remain same, the bottom number would increase by 1 for one beta decay. So which one is the correct response, do you think?
স্যার D
is the correct response. তারপর
5 sir.
And number 7.
সাবে কি 5 বলছো?
Yes sir.
Okay, which part doesn't make sense?
Sir, when they are going towards each other they have constant speed, but when they repel each other তাহলে তো স্পিডটা কমে যায় না? তাহলে
They don't have constant speed, they have same speed. Same and constant are not the same thing. They have the same speed to begin with. As they will approach each other, they will definitely slow down.
they had the same speed, তারা স্লো ডাউন করলে তো কাইনেটিক এনার্জি কমে যায়, সো হাউ
Yes,
ডাজ দ্য টোটাল এনার্জি স্টে কনস্ট্যান্ট?
because that kinetic energy converts into potential energy, which is called electrostatic potential energy. Because as the particles get closer, they'll slow down, and then they will come to a certain closeness that they will stop because of the repulsive force, and they will be then pushed away from each other once again at a really high speed, sort of like a spring.
সেটা বুঝুন আবার বলতে পারলে রিপিট করবেন।
স্যার বুঝি নাই।
Whenever the two particles will approach each other, they will be repelling each other and they'll be slowing down. In that
Yes, sir.
process, they will be converting their kinetic energy into electrostatic potential energy. As they will get
Oh.
closer, they'll become slower, slower, slower. Whenever they will become closest, which means whenever the two particles will come to momentarily at rest, they would have converted all of their initial kinetic
It
energy
is
into
the
electrostatic potential
electrical energy which then
and because
shoots
of
them
the
away.
repulsion force that exists between those two particles, they will be shot away from each other once again. In that shooting away from each other process, the electrostatic potential energy will be reconverted back into kinetic energy.
আচ্ছা,
Sir.
তাহলে স্যার
these
অ্যানসার কি 5 এর বি?
স্যার ওই ইলেকট্রোস্ট্যাটিক কি এনার্জি
জি।
বলেন স্যার?
Electrostatic potential energy.
Sir, which energy is that? I mean, did
The energy
I
that
don't.
exists between two charged particles
Okay, sir. Thank you,
due
sir.
to attraction or repulsion.
So just law of conservation of
Yes,
energy
আচ্ছা
বললে হবে।
স্যার, তো বেসিক্যালি এই যে this charge, as the two charged particles are coming closer and slowing down, as the charged particles, electrostatic potential energy rises up as they come closer, and it is this energy which causes the two charged particles to repel, and the kinetic energy fills back in, right sir?
No, the energy doesn't cause the repulsion. The repulsion causes the energy.
Repulsion forces cause the
You mean
electrostatic
cause and
potential
effect like a total power course. Because they have repulsion among each other, that's why they will have the kinetic energy converted into EP or electrostatic potential energy. It's not that because they are storing energy, there is a repulsion. It's not like that. Because there is a repulsion, there is energy storage.
Yes sir.
আচ্ছা এরপর কোনটা বলছিলা বলবান?
7 বলছিল স্যার এই স্যার
7 sir.
A radiative
Sir,
source is placed 2 cm in front of a Geiger-Müller tube which is connected to a meter. The different observers are placed between the tube and the radiative sources. The results are given in the table. What is the radiative source emitting? The results are given in the table. What is the radiative source emitting? So we have to understand that what is going to happen by this 2 cm air and what is going to happen because of the blocker. 2 cm of air is not good enough air to stop the alpha particles. Alpha particles can penetrate 2 cm of air. So that's a pretty important information you have to remember. It says, okay, the results are given in the table. What is the radiative source emitting? So here is the deal. The absorber is 2 cm of air, which means you have the GM tube. If I just draw it like that, you have the GM tube. Let's say this is the GM tube, which has the thing, and it goes over here to the counter. Thank you. And you have 2 cm thickness. না খাও এগুলো রাখো, পরে কথা বলো আমার সাথে। You have 2 cm of wire, 2 cm of air over here, and here you have kept the source. Maybe the source is in some lead brick, but I'm not showing that procedure, the shielding around it. So 2 cm of air is the absorption material over here. For that scenario, you are getting a count rate of 2600. Then you are placing 1 mm paper. Paper should be able to absorb alpha particles completely. What you are seeing that your count rate is not changing, which means the radiation is not at all absorbed by the paper, which means the radiation is no part of the radiation was alpha particles. So we are left with beta or gamma. There is no alpha particle present in the radiation that we can decide from these two readings. এই পার্টটুকু আগে বুঝছো কিনা দেখো।
স্যার
sir.
আপনি কি বলেছিলেন যে 2 cm of air is not good enough to absorb alpha particles?
I did.
Okay sir.
Then we are replacing the barrier. So এই 1 mm পেপারটা আমরা কোথায় বসাবো? We are going to place this 1 mm paper somewhere in between, anywhere in between. They didn't specify the location. So Then if we replace the 1 millimeter paper with a 2 millimeter aluminum, we are having the count rate reduced by 1500. 2 millimeter aluminum would perfectly absorb up all the beta radiation, which means everything that we would have left would be gamma. So between these 2600, the radiation count, I mean, whenever we have placed the aluminum sheet, let me draw this with, let's say, ash color. Whenever we have placed the aluminum sheet, the count rate dropped from 2600 to 1500, which means beta must have been present there, because those beta particles are getting absorbed by the aluminum sheet. As a result, the count rate is falling to a lower value. So all that you are left over here is the gamma radiation. Gamma radiation is how much? 1500. Now comes 2 millimeter lead. 2 millimeter lead is never good enough. 2 millimeter lead is not good enough to stop gamma radiation, because to entirely stop gamma radiation would require much thicker thickness of lead, which we have given over here in the table. Maybe we have it. Do we have it? Very high penetration, small structure, most often by a thick layer of steel or concrete, but even a few centimeters of dense lead can stop all of it. So a few centimeters of dense lead cannot stop all of it, which means only question only a 2 millimeter lead, it cannot stop all the radiation, which means this 800 might as well be part of the gamma radiation, which could penetrate through the lead sheet and could go through. But definitely this will not be gamma. This will not be beta. This will be partially absorbed gamma rays. So this proves that this end source has beta particle presence in it. Not present. I mean, it is emitting out beta radiation and it is also emitting out gamma radiation, but no alpha radiations whatsoever. Correct response is C. বুঝা গেছে?
Sir, C D হবে না?
এটা আছে তো।
এখানে কি আমাদের বেটা পার্টিকেল ছিল না?
ছিল তো। 7 তো आंसर সি দেওয়া।
বুঝো 2600 থেকে যখন 1500 হয়েছে, এখানে কি অবজার্ভ হয়েছে? Using the 2 millimeter aluminum, what did you observe? Both alpha and gamma and beta. Through the 2 millimeter aluminum, you would allow or gamma radiations would be able to pass uninterrupted. বলো, কোশ্চেন থাকলে বলো, কনফিউশন থাকলে বলো, I'll help.
এটা স্যার এখানে বেটার পার্টটুক বুঝলাম, যেখানে অ্যালফা থাকবে না, এখানে বেটা আর গামা থাকতে পারে, কিন্তু এই গামাটা কিভাবে প্রুফ হলো, এটা আমার বেটার গামা স্পেসিফিক্যালি দুটো আছে, কিভাবে প্রুফ হলো এটা আমার একটু সমস্যা হচ্ছে, এটা একটু বলতে পারবেন?
আলফা কেন না সেটা বুঝছো?
জি।
বেটা কেন আছে সেটা বুঝছো?
না স্যার, এই বেটা আর গামাটাতে আমার ইয়ে হচ্ছে।
Whenever you placed 1 millimeter paper, you had a count rate of 2600, which means this can be only gamma radiation plus beta radiation plus the background count. Background count comes by default. Whenever you replace the 1 millimeter paper by 2 millimeter aluminum, your count rate reduced by this much. 2 millimeter aluminum will be able to stop the beta particles completely, but would allow the gamma rays to pass through completely. So the amount of reduction that you have over here, that reduction got absorbed in the metal plate. So without the presence of the aluminum plate, you had 2600 passing. With the presence of the metal plate, you have 1500 passing. So why did this extra 1100 go? Where did they go?
Absorbed.
They got absorbed in the metal sheet. And what gets absorbed in aluminum sheet?
Beta particles.
Beta, proving that there is beta particle. And then again, so after the beta particles are absorbed, I mean, to be honest, if I go for inclusiveness, paper would stop alpha particles completely, which means aluminum would stop alpha particles and beta particles both. I mean, I cannot say that within this 1500 count, there is beta is absorbed, so there is possibility of alpha and gamma. That's not going to happen. Aluminum will by default absorb alpha particles. Additionally, it will be able to absorb the beta particles completely as well. Do you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
So which means this 1500 count is exclusively for gamma. That eventually makes your answer C.
Sir, 2 millimeter aluminum ki alpha particles totally absorbed ho jaচ্ছে?
Alpha particles can be stored by even 1 millimeter thin paper. 20 millimeter aluminum is really thick for alpha particles.
Okay, sir.
Sir, 1 millimeter thick paper, the onyx paper.
বুঝি নাই
1 মিলিমিটার thick পেপার তো অনেক পেপার।
আসলে কি অনেক পেপার?
স্যার
Yes, sir.
এই অ্যালফা পার্টিকেল গুলো হচ্ছে পেপারেই ইয়ে হয়ে যাবে, মানে থাকলে পেপারে এগুলো অ্যাবজর্ব হয়ে যেত, তাই না?
Yes. Alpha particles are the particles with the least penetrating power, which means they will be easily absorbed by paper or any other material that is thicker than paper or dense than paper. বুঝছো?
জি।
আচ্ছা, তারপর
স্যার হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ শুনতেছি, বলো।
স্যার
স্যার ওখানে যদি একটা অপশন থাকতো যে আলফা বেটা গামা তিনটাই, তাহলে ওই অপশনটা কি রাইট হতো?
অবশ্যই না, এখানে আলফা পার্টিকেল নাই, কারণ হচ্ছে পেপার দেওয়ার পর কোনো রকম ভ্যারিয়েশন দেখা যাচ্ছে না। যদি আমাদের এখানে আলফা থাকতো তাহলে পেপার দেওয়ার পরে আলফাটুকু অ্যাবজর্ব হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে এখানে একটা ভ্যারিয়েশন আসতো। There is no difference in these two readings, which means this paper practically did not stop anything. This paper is capable to stop what? Alpha particles, but did it stop anything?
না।
Which means there was no alpha particle present.
ওকে।
লজিকটা কি ধরতে পারতেছো? It's about the difference that you need to observe. Paper will make a difference if there is an alpha particle present. Aluminum sheet will make a difference if there are beta particles present. Lead will make a difference if there is gamma radiation present. That's all that it. আচ্ছা, এরপর
Sir.
একজনের করে হাত উঠে একজনের করে কথা বলা, দিস ইজ গেটিং আউট অফ হ্যান্ড। আই মিন, হ্যাঁ সাফাত বলো।
স্যার বেটা পার্টিকেলস অ্যালুমিনিয়াম অ্যাবজর্ব করে তারপর বেটা পার্টিকেলস এর কি হয়?
They charge up that and ionize the aluminum atoms.
সো অ্যালুমিনিয়াম হিটেড হয় না?
হ্যাঁ,
But-
it definitely gets slightly heated up because the kinetic energy of the beta particles is converted to the heat energy of the aluminum sheet. Yes, the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah, that is a question, sir.
Okay. তারপর আব্দুল্লাহ বলো।
স্যার ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড রেডিয়েশন কি কোনো এফেক্ট ফেলে লাইক কাউন্টারের উপর?
ডেফিনেটলি
স্যার কিভাবে?
ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড রেডিয়েশন সবগুলো কাউন্টের সাথে ইনভলভ থাকে। দিস ইজ লাইক সিস্টেমেটিক এরর। মনে করো মাইক্রোমিটার স্ক্রু গজ যদি আমরা জিরো এররটা কারেক্ট না করি, সবগুলো রিডিং একটু এররফুল হয় না?
ইয়েস স্যার।
ওরকম ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড কাউন্ট হচ্ছে ওরকম। ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড কাউন্ট যদি তুমি হিসাব করে সাবট্রাক্ট না করো, সবগুলা কাউন্টের সাথে ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড কাউন্ট একটা এররের মতো করে অ্যাড হয়ে থাকবে।
তো স্যার 27টা দেখায় ওখানে গেলে।
27 নাম্বার পেজে যাই, তারপর দেখতেছি, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি, নো প্রবলেম ফ্রম হিয়ার। রায়ান হক বলো।
Sir, 19.
স্যার তাহলে 11টা কি হবে স্যার? ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড রেডিয়েশন যে এফেক্ট করে।
A company built 5 identical houses in different parts of the same country. When a radioactivity count was carried out in each house, one of them had a much higher reading than the others. What is most likely to cause the higher reading? Think about it. What is most likely to cause the higher reading? You need to have some sort of radioactive material actively doing radiation around the house. The sun's radioactivity should be equally affecting the entire earth. The time of the year when the reading was taken is by no means relevant to radioactivity. A nuclear power station 10 miles away from the house is not supposed to give you extra radioactivity because all the nuclear material, all the nuclear waste are supposed to be kept within very thick wall of shielding so that they are not giving out radiation to the natural environment. People actually live and work in nuclear power stations. If this was the case, then working in a nuclear power station would never be a good choice. Background radiation from rocks under the house is possible for the case whenever you have radioactive ore present in the rocks underneath the house. This is very much possible.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Page number 3, question number 17. 17 বলছো না আব্দুল্লাহ?
স্যার আগেরটার অ্যানসার কি বললেন
না
স্যার?
স্যার আমি 27 বলছিলাম।
Page number 3. বলো কি কি পারো নাই?
Sir, 19.
19 দেখবো। Two types of radiation emission from a radiative source are separated by passing them through a magnetic field. The deflection are shown in the diagram. What are the emissions of P and Q? The one that goes undeflected should always be gamma radiation without any question because it's not affected by the magnetic field. Now comes this particle which is undergoing, let me pick up this MCQ. And drop over here. So have a look. Here what you can see that this radiation, the Q radiation, which was as it is entering into the into the magnetic field, it is bending downwards. So any charged particle that undergoes bending within a magnetic field undergoes in circular motion because of Fleming's left-hand rule. The velocity, force, and the magnetic field lines, they are all perpendicular to each other, which means your force and velocity have perpendicular angle or 90-degree angle between them, which gives rise to circular motion. This would imply the force that works onto this charged particle. Over here, this should be vertically downwards. Over here, this should be like that. This should be like that. So you should try and draw perpendicular ways like this. So we will try, first of all, we'll try to assume this is a positively charged particle. This is what we're going to assume and consider this is the conventional current direction. And we'll try to find out what will be the direction of the force on the charged particle at this location. Not for the entire path, because if you go for judging the entire path, it will be difficult for you to go for it. So consider it for the very entering location. There's just one way that I prefer to teach, but it can be also done by judging it along any part of the length. So apply Fleming's left-hand rule, assuming this is a positively charged particle. If it's a positively charged particle, then conventional current is also happening along this line. Thik na? So use Fleming's left-hand rule, aim your fingers towards the screen, aim the index finger towards the screen, your middle finger towards right. In which direction does your thumb represent?
The motion or force.
What direction is that? Left, down, up,
Upwards.
right, into the page, out of the page. In which direction does your thumb aim?
Upward.
That's one person. I want everyone to respond to this. Either voice channel respond koro or chat room respond koro.
Yes, upwards.
You have
এটা আমি
15
বুঝি নাই
seconds.
স্যার আবার
Everyone.
বলতে পারবেন এবার
Upwards, sir.
এটা বুঝি নাই আমি
So I have had 4 responses, correct or wrong. 5 out of 34 people. মিথিলা তুমি কি ক্লাসে আছো? All right. If we use Fleming's left-hand rule with the index finger aiming into the page, considering this is a positively charged particle, conventional current from left to right, our thumb represents upwards. But as per evidence, the force working on this charged particle as the entering point is essentially working downwards, which would mean that this particle should not be a positively charged particle, which obviously means this should be a negatively charged particle. Negatively charged particle happens to be the beta emission. So P has to be gamma, which is goes without saying. Q has to be beta because this is not following the force direction obtained by the conventional current direction, which is the Fleming's left-hand rule. This force direction is opposite to Fleming's left-hand rule, proving that this is the negatively charged particle. Correct response for this question is gamma and beta. D is the correct response.
স্যার এটা এভাবে বলা যায় না যে সিন্স দিস এটাকে যদি আমরা বেটা রেডিয়েশন হিসেবে কনসিডার করি দ্যাট মিন্স দিস আর ইলেকট্রনস গোয়িং টু দ্য রাইট সাইড we know that the current direction is the opposite to the electron flow direction তাহলে আমরা যদি কনভেনশনাল কারেন্টকে লেফট সাইড ধরে ফ্লেমিংস লেফট হ্যান্ড রুল অ্যাপ্লাই করি তাহলে তো ডাউনওয়ার্ডস এসে যায় এভাবে 30 ডি অ্যানসার অ্যাপ্রোচ করা যাবে
যাবে
স্যার সি কেন হয় নাই?
সিতে কি বলছে?
আলফা স্যার, ওই যে কিউ কে আলফা ধরা হয়েছে।
আলফা পার্টিকেল হলে ফোর্স কোন দিকে হওয়ার কথা? কনভেনশনাল কারেন্টের জন্য ফোর্স যেদিকে হয় সেদিকে হওয়ার কথা, বিকজ conventional current is the hypothetical flow of positively charged particles, right? The force that was working on this charged particle as it was entering the magnetic field is working downwards, opposite to positively charged particles force. We should prove that these particles are not positively charged, they are oppositely charged of positive, hence negatively charged particles.
আলফা নেগেটিভ
বুঝছো?
আচ্ছা স্যার, এই ফ্লেমিংস লেফট হ্যান্ড রুলটাকে একটু এক্সপ্লেইন করতে পারবেন আমাকে?
না, এটা ভিডিও থেকে দেখে নিবা।
আচ্ছা,
না বুঝলে আমাকে পার্সোনালি মেসেজ করো।
জি।
Anything else from this page, anyone? No. Page number 4.
27
স্যার 23
আচ্ছা 23 27 দুটো দেখাবো। 23 দেখো, a relative source is placed 3 cm from a Geiger-Müller tube in air. The average count rate is 742 counts per minute. Then in 3 experiments, measurements are taken with sheets of different materials placed between the source and the tube. The results are recorded in the table. Which type of radiation does the source emit? Think about it. This was 742 to begin with. The gap was 3 centimeter, which means air was not absorbing all the alpha particles. Alpha particles could reach up to the Geiger-Müller tube, from the source to the Geiger-Müller tube. So this was the initial thing without the placement of any barrier in between. With the placement of thin card, you have 273. Did you have a reduction, or did you not have a reduction?
Yes sir, had a reduction.
There's a reduction.
Which means alpha particles got absorbed in the thin card, which means the source was giving out alpha particles. Then as you place aluminum foil, you got 2 more. Do you see this?
Yes sir.
What does this mean? I mean, using a different barrier, should you expect the count rate to go up? That answer should be no. But it is possible for the count rate to go up by a very slight variation, let's say 2 or 1, because of the random behavior of radioactivity. Have a look. Radioactivity, the type of graph that we usually draw, which are smooth curves, they are practically never smooth curves because radioactivity is a spontaneous process and it's random as well, which means you can never precisely predict exactly how many decays will happen. If you plot all the data of a certain radioactive experiment, and then you can draw a smooth curve to find out a smooth line, but the experiment itself will never give you a smooth line. You're gonna have zigzag lines. এরকম আরেকটা গ্রাফ মানে আরেকটা ভালো একটা গ্রাফ মানে এখানে আছে। এখানে কি আছে?
স্যার আপনি কি আরেকবার বুঝাবেন যে রেডিও অ্যাক্টিভিটি কাউন্ট?
এটা হচ্ছে আরেকটা গ্রাফ। Whenever we are doing the activity of source versus time, when we are taking reading of activity of source per time, activity means number of decays per second or per minute, amount of decay per unit time. That's what is meant by activity. We are always gonna get the raw values of the experiment obtained data. They are never gonna give you a perfect smooth line. They are gonna always have some zigzag variation. At some instances you might have a bit bigger, at some instances you might have a bit smaller. But once you put down, I mean, all the values, this is a direct join, point to point join of all of those points, which gives you a zigzag line. But you can very well see that we can draw a pretty smooth curve through all of these points, giving us a graphical average. This is the idea of the randomness of radioactive decay, because natural random decays are random. No, sorry, normal natural radioactivity is random, spontaneous, and আরেকটা জন্য কি আছে? random, spontaneous, আরেকটা হচ্ছে
Natural.
হ্যাঁ
Sir,
Natural.
random কেন বুঝি নাই স্যার?
because you cannot predict exactly how many decays will happen per second. You cannot exactly predict how many decays will happen every second.
Even if we know the half-life.
We know half-life is a statistical output.
Sir, that
Oh,
increase of the radioactivity count was the randomness of the decay. যে হঠাৎ করে zigzag লাইনের উপরের দিকটা হইছে just when we replace the card with the aluminum, right?
Yes. এখানে কত randomness নিয়ে লিখি নাই হাই হাই উফ নোটসে কত কিছু লেখা বাকি মাথা খারাপ
Sir,
anyway let me tell you this in person সেটা হচ্ছে natural radioactivity is random because we cannot precisely predict exactly which decay which nuclei will decay in the next second or exactly how many decays will happen within a certain given amount of time. These variables cannot be predicted exactly from earlier. I mean, you can get about value, but you can never get an exact value. That's the information I want you to understand. You can get an about value, but you cannot get an exact value. This is the important bit, which brings us to the idea that whenever what happened over here, that whenever this reading was taken, this second
স্যার আমরা প্রেডিক্ট করতে পারবো না এক্সাক্ট নাম্বারটা
whenever we did put the aluminum foil as a barrier between the source and the gigamolar tube, this 2 additional number is responsible for the randomness of the decay. You see, this was increased by only 2, which can be accounted for random decay. So this does not mean that there came a new source of radioactivity. This is due to the random behavior of decay. So which means the thin card and the aluminum, they pretty much is giving us the same reading, near about the same reading, which means aluminum foil did not additionally absorb anything. It absorbed all the alpha particles, which also the thin card also absorbed, but aluminum foil did not additionally absorb anything, which means there was no beta particles present in the source. The source was not creating any beta radiation. The beam did not have any beta ray present over here, because aluminum foil by itself on its own did not produce any variation of the reading. Then as you place the thick lead, your radiation is dropping to 68, which means the thick lead could also make a significant drop of the radiation amount. Thick lead did absorb all the 3 radiation, alpha, beta, gamma, all 3 of them. So it did absorb the beta radiation, gamma radiation, which would be the difference of these 2 numbers. 68 would be the background count for this environment, because if we are using thick lead and if we assume, not very precisely, but almost all the gamma radiations are absorbed, in that case, what you'll be left with is what we call the background count. So in this case, we can say that the source do give out alpha radiation. It does not give out beta radiation, and it also gives out gamma radiation.
স্যার
কার কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকলে বলো। হ্যাঁ আব্দুল্লাহ বলো।
স্যার যদি আলফার জায়গায় বেটা হতো তাহলে কাউন্টারটা কেমন হতো এই ইয়াগুলো প্লেস করার পর?
আবার বলো কোশ্চেনটা, বুঝিনি আমি, আবার বলো।
আলফা পার্টিকেলসের জায়গায় যদি বেটা পার্টিকেলস থাকতো তাহলে থিন কাট অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ফয়েল দেওয়ার পর কাউন্টারটা কেমন হতো?
742, 273, 68.
ওকে
স্যার আপনি বলছিলেন যে we cannot predict যে we cannot do something exactly, just an average. ওটা কি প্রেডিকশনের কথা বলছেন?
Yes.
যে we cannot predict exactly how many particles will be radiated in the next moment, but we can have an average prediction.
About value.
About value. Yes, sir. বুঝেছি।
27 দেখবো। 27 ইন্টারেস্টিং আইডিয়া হচ্ছে 27 এর মধ্যে আমাদের সোর্স থেকে ডিটেক্টর পর্যন্ত গ্যাপ কতটুকু? 10 সেন্টিমিটার। So there is no reason alpha particles would be able to reach over here. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. Because even if alpha particle is emitted from the radiative source, they would get completely absorbed within this 10 centimeter length of air. This is a very important bit. So the question says, a student investigates the emission of an unknown radiative source. The source is 10 centimeter in front of the detector. A strong magnetic field between the source and the detector is then switched on. The results are shown. Without the magnetic field, the average count per minute was 2,500. Sorry, 4,500. This 4,500 must have been made up from beta plus gamma only, because alpha particles cannot penetrate through 10 centimeter of air. It cannot. With magnetic field, 2000, which means with the presence of magnetic field, beta would have got deflected. The only thing that would still be able to go in a straight line would be gamma, which means out of this 4500 count rate, ionizing radiation per minute, 2000 was gamma, which could still go in a straight line, and 2500 would have been beta, which got bent in any of the direction, either upwards or downwards. We cannot say for sure because here the direction of the magnetic field is not shown. They have only shown that this is the region of magnetic field. Background radiation is 50. Works. Which radiative source produced these results? এখন তোমরা চিন্তা করে দেখো কোনটা কোনটা।
Sir,
বলো।
so what is the minimum air length of air gap for alpha particles to pass through?
This value varies a lot from book to book, from place to place, but there is an average value that I can quote.
The key, sir.
Few centimeter doesn't work. বই দেখো, বই উল্টাও, বই আলফা রেডিয়েশন বের করো। ফেডারেলের বই কই? আমার বই কই? বইতে তো কিছু দেওয়া নাই।
বাকি বইগুলোতে দেখি
ওদের লাল বই
স্যার আপনি মার্ক দেখতে পারেন।
মাস স্কিমে আছে 3 to 5 centimeter. 5 is the highest value. আচ্ছা, এটা আমি দেখা বের করে তোমাদেরকে স্ক্রিনশট পাঠাবো না। বাট apart from that information, একটু এই ডিসকাশনটা বুঝা গেছে কিনা?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else from this page? Anyone that you couldn't solve? Did it make sense?
স্যার 30 আছে নাকি এই পেজে?
দেখি। হ্যাঁ আছে।
একটু বুঝাবেন।
This is a similar process, but you just have to be able to visualize the process for one dimension. I'll show you this thing.
স্যার আপনি মনে হয় এটা ইলেকট্রোম্যাগনেটিজম ক্লাসে দেখিয়েছিলেন স্যার।
Yes, I did. But since it shows up over here, I'll do this again. So to make sense with what is happening over in this figure, it is important that you do not confuse up the three-dimensional orientation. I usually always prefer to explain this figure from this orientation. So if you're looking from this orientation, you would be having a magnetic field where the north pole will be behind, south pole will be close, which means the magnetic fields are going to travel along this line towards your face. So you're looking from here. This is your eye, and the magnetic fields are like this. So the magnetic fields should be given by dots. This is a magnetic field, and we're sending some charged particles through here. Let's say I'm going to draw this with green, And apparently from this figure, that charge particle is bending upwards. This is the direction of the charge particle. Now we need to find out what kind of radiation is this, positive or negative. Once again, the way I always prefer to do, I'm going to assume this as a positive charge, and this is the magnetic field direction. So set up your Fleming's left hand rule, aiming the index finger towards your face, the middle finger to the right, and the force should aim in which direction?
Downwards.
Downwards.
With the middle finger aim towards your face, with the index finger aim towards your face, magnetic field, the middle finger aimed towards right, the thumb should represent downwards. But as you can see in this figure, the direction of force for this charge particle is working upwards as it enters into this field. So this is not supposed to be a positive charge particle, this is supposed to be a negative charge particle, beta particles. Correct answer is B. বুঝা না গেলে কোশ্চেন করো।
Similarly, উল্টা ভাবেও করতে পারি, right?
Yes. You can start considering this as a beta particle, and if it does match, you got your answer. If it doesn't, you have to reverse it. Simple.
Reverse it. Reverse the charge, the force reverses automatically, right?
Right. বলো আর জন্য কি কথা বলছিলা?
স্যার অ্যালফা পার্টিকেল থাকলে তাহলে এটা কি দেখাতো স্যার?
এরকম নিচের দিকে বেন করো
স্যার
ডিরেক্টরটা এখানে থাকতে হতো।
স্যার বাই দ্য ভিউ আর উই জাজিং দ্যাট this is close to the
কিছু তোমার কথা কেটে যাচ্ছে, রাউটারের কাছে গিয়ে বসো। Moving on.
Sir, by
Page
the
number 5.
view that
Any question from page number 5? Anyone? Page number 5. Identical question. With the presence of piece of paper, we are essentially absorbing the alpha particles. So since we are observing the alpha particles without even considering Fleming's left hand rule, because there is a bending, চোখ বন্ধ করে এটার আনসার হবে হচ্ছে beta particles. Because these cannot be alpha particles. Alpha particles will be absorbed over here. So if there is a bending, it is definitely charged. Only option is beta particles. If it was not bending, it would have been gamma. এখানে তোমার Fleming's left hand rule apply করার দরকার নেই। তারপর
গুগলে 4 সেন্টিমিটার দেওয়া।
Sir, 49.
তোমাদের মার্কস স্কিমে 3 to 5 আছে as far as my experience goes. আমি এই মুহূর্তে এভিডেন্স জেনারেট করার জন্য সময় দিতে যাচ্ছি না because we only have 1 minute time, but I'll definitely get to this and I'll send you a screenshot in your messenger group. Don't worry about this. I'll make it evident for you. Don't worry. 49. When dealing with radioactive materials, there are possible dangers. Which statement is correct? You tell me which one does look to you as the most correct, and why the other apparently look less correct. You tell me, I'll correct you. Don't worry.
Sir, আমার মনে হয় B হবে না because materials that emit only alpha particles must be kept in thick lead containers. একদম প্রয়োজন নাই তো because it can be blocked by papers, right?
Good. Go ahead.
Radioactive materials are safe to handle after 2 half-lives. এটাও হবে না কারণ if spoken radioactive material is in a large quantity, তাহলে even after 2 half-lives there will be enough radioactive materials to cause harm, right?
Yes.
Sources of gamma radiation are dangerous because they have long half-lives. এটা বুঝি নাই।
This is a wrong information. Sources of gamma radiation are dangerous because they have long half-life is not essentially true. I mean, whether a material has long half-life or not is by no means related to what kind of radiation does it give out. It is dependent to some other factor which is called nuclear stability, or that is also dependent, or that can be also measured in terms of binding energy per nucleon. What type of ionizing radiation does a certain radioactive nuclei give up has nothing to do with its half-life.
It is only concerned with how long it takes for the amount to be half.
Exactly.
Sir,
Exactly.
you mentioned some factors about the dangers of any radiation. ওটা কি আরেকবার একটু রিপিট করতে পারবেন?
না, ওটা ভিডিও থেকে দেখে নিও। আপ করে দিয়েছি, ওখান থেকে দেখে নিও। I don't want to repeat this for everyone else's time sake. আচ্ছা, এই পেজে আর কোনো প্রবলেম আছে কিনা দেখো, তাহলে আমরা এই পর্যন্ত করে আপাতত পজ দেই। আমরা দরকার হলে 7 থেকে আবার নেক্সট ক্লাসে ছুটি পর আবার ট্রাই করলাম। Anyone?
Yes sir, yes sir. Sir, খুলবে কবে আবার আগে বলতে হবে? মানে
কোনটা
ক্লাস
কোনটা?
রিজিউম
কি
স্যার ক্লাস রিজিউম হবে কবে?
ঈদ হচ্ছে 1 তারিখ, 4 তারিখ পর্যন্ত ছুটি, 5 তারিখ থেকে ক্লাস রিজিউম হবে। মানে 5 তারিখ থেকে আমি ক্লাস না শুরু করব। তোমাদের কি 5 তারিখে ক্লাস আছে?
না স্যার, ফ্রাইডে থেকে 7 তারিখ চলে।
তোমাদের ক্লাস আছে কবে? আর্লিস্ট ক্লাস আছে কবে?
7 তারিখ।
ফ্রাইডে 7 তারিখ।
এই তো, তাহলে তোমাদের 7 তারিখ থেকে ক্লাস শুরু হবে।
ঈদ মোবারক স্যার।
ঈদ মোবারক। আরো যোগাযোগ হবে তোমাদের ওয়ার্কশপ রেডি করতেছি তোমাদের সাথে বা তোমাদের প্যানেলের সাথে, তোমাদের ড্রাইভারদের সাথে আরো যোগাযোগ হবে। Thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. Allah Hafiz. Good night.
Bye, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Bye bye, sir.
Bye bye. Eid
Bye,
Mubarak.
sir. Eid Mubarak.